Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, a personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From fitness and nutrition to business and positive mindset work, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I'll be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface, because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. So I have a really fun addition to utilize as a source that I would love for you guys to do at the start of your day, every single day, to just keep you on track, help you with your goals, really get you into a positive mindset every single morning, because what we do in the morning is how we are going to shape our entire day. I have this fancy little sheet that I'm calling Day by Design, and it's an editable PDF that you're going to be able to fill out even as your day goes on if you need to. Some of it is meant to be for you to do as your day goes on. And some of the things that are in there are going to be the mood that you're feeling for the day, tracking your exercise, your water intake, and your meals. You're going to write what you're grateful for, your schedule, your goals, your get to-do list, because I don't like to say to-do list or have to do, a money tracker, and just keeping everything in one place for what you need to do today, tomorrow, and for all the days so that you can make sure that you stay on track and have the best day that you can. So in order for you guys to get this, I'm going to have you go to my website, which is www.deannamerlinofit.com. And you're going to get asked to sign up for a newsletter that you will then get this in exchange for free. So super easy. You don't have to do anything but sign up. And after that, you'll get a quick little welcome letter. And then once a month, I will send out a newsletter that is going to keep you guys up to date with me, so you can just get to see the ins and outs of what's going on in the life of Deanna Merlino and the Empowered Podcast. Can't wait for you guys to utilize this, and just can't wait to see you guys sharing it on social media as well, hitting your goals, helping others do it as well. Please take advantage of this. It will definitely be fun for everyone involved. Hi, everybody. Can you believe that we are on week 7 of this challenge? Like, honestly, it's hard for me to believe that we are already this deep into 2022 and this far along in the challenge. I'm sure when you got started, you were just kind of like, can I do this? There's so far to go. And now it's almost over. So I'm proud, I'm excited, but I'm also a little sad, but it's okay because we're still going to be together no matter what. So last week, we kind of talked about just discovering what makes, your dream occupation, what your dream job would be, or what you would like to do with your life and how to get there. And today we're going to talk about the daily do's for success. So these are things that I do every day. These are things that successful people do every day. And I've just picked up along the way from all the reading. And, you want to copy the people that you really look up to. And by copy, I don't mean like not being yourself, but if you want to be successful, you want to do the things that successful people are doing. So we're going to break down how to have a great day and make these habits stick and make you a more successful person while you do so. So I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update on something that currently is going on in my life, because I think that it's a great segue. So just a little bit of story time here. I was on my way back from Ohio. I literally took a voice memo of this because I wanted to remember. Oh, I remember. There's no forgetting. But I wanted to just be able to look back on how I felt in that moment, because it's just been a crazy ride the last little bit of time. And so I'm in Ohio, and my mom's car had broken down. So I let her borrow my car. And she had a very, very, very specific set of requirements for what she wanted in a car. And I had no problems lending her my car. I'm able to use my husband's truck. He gets picked up for work, which is great. But the problem with that is he has a low mileage lease because he doesn't have to drive much. So there was a little bit of like hurry in her not being in my car for too long. But I'm like, no problem, Mom, take your time. I want you to get something that that you'll like. She had actually gone to get some repairs done and they gave her a $3,000 repair list. And then after she got all of that repaired, essentially the guy repairing it was like, oh yeah, your motor's shot and that's going to be like $8,000. So I'm like, Mom, we're done. The whole new car. So these are the things that my mom wanted to have in a car that she was looking for. She wanted to have a car that was 2017 or newer, had to be had to be white or silver. The interior had to be black. It also had to be leather. It had to have 0 scratches, dents, dings, imperfections whatsoever. She wanted it to be all-wheel drive. She wanted it to have, I don't know if I said this, but under 70,000 miles. She wanted it to have at least 20 miles per gallon for gas and probably a couple other things. Mom, if you're listening, I love you. But point being, it was really stressful. Oh, she also wanted it couldn't cost more than $15,000. So like in this climate of just like cars are so hard to come by, used cars are through the roof. I knew that wasn't going to happen. And she was hell bent on it happening. So we ended up finding her a car, thankfully, after going to a bazillion car dealerships, standing in the cold and one disappointment after another. She ended up raising her budget a little bit and she found something that she loved. So I'm like, fantastic. I never want to hear about a car ever again. I hope you love it very much. Thank you. I'll take my car back. So I'm driving home. And I am in the best mood. I'm driving home from Ohio back to New York. And I'm like, fantastic. I have my car back, my freedom, woohoo. And the baby's sleeping like the whole time. All is well, right? And then we're an hour from home. All of a sudden, baby wakes up screaming bloody murder because he's starving and instantly poops himself. And I'm panicking because I had just passed a sign that literally said, next exit 20 miles. Anybody who has a child knows that like 20 seconds of screaming feels like 20 years. So I'm driving as quickly and safely as possible, panicking this whole time because I'm like, my poor child. I realize I don't have like warm water to make him formula and he's very picky about the temperature. So I end up going inside this gas station, mixing together tea, like the hot tea water with, I got a bottle of cold water. I'm at a truck stop. So I have his locked in the back of the car so we don't get stolen. I'm looking out the window every 2 seconds. I'm feeding him his bottle. And then I'm like, he's gotten so big that there's no room to change him in my Jeep anymore. So I'm like, how am I going to change this kid's diaper? So here I am, speed, unpacking my car and moving everything around because I had his baby mattress in the trunk. So I lay it down in the back seat, change his diaper and in the back seat on this mattress, and then rearrange everything, get him back in the car seat and go home. And literally after it was all said and done, we may have cried together, just so you're aware. It's okay. After it was all said and done, I literally started laughing. And in that moment, so here's the segue. I got back to my state of gratitude. I got back to my natural state of being thankful for all of it, because we have to be grateful for every single thing in our life and every single thing that comes our way. I was grateful that I had the ability to lend my mom a car, even if it wasn't the most convenient. I was grateful that I had my husband's truck in place, so we weren't without a car. I'm grateful that I was able to, have the money to feed my baby his formula, all the things. Like I could have had, been stuck in the like negative energy of it all, but I have changed to the way my thoughts go and the way I think and who I am into being gratitude, even in the not so pretty moments or the stressful moments. That is the state of being that you have to be in order to be successful. You have to be grateful all day, every day. And when things go awry, get right back to being grateful when it's all said and done. So that's what the very first thing for the day. I know I took a long time to get there, but I wanted to tell you guys how things have been going. You want to start every single day with gratitude. Like the moment you open your eyes, before you even brush your teeth, to be thinking, what are you grateful for? And I always like to take it a step further. And I say, I am grateful for the roof over my head because it keeps my house warm. And I know there's people outside who don't have heat, who are sleeping outside, something like that. I always say I'm grateful for, and then why. So it really sinks in more. So that is the first thing that successful people do, is live in gratitude. You cannot have and you cannot ask for more without being grateful for what you already have. So the second thing is meditation. I don't know if you guys do this. I know several years ago, I would have thought that it was like just weird hippie people did that. Sorry if you consider yourself a hippie person, but I thought it was extra crunchy. I wanted zero interest in it until I started doing it. I naturally have this brain that is like easily overwhelmed, a lot of distractions. There's 1,000 things going on at one time. And meditation really just helps me to quiet my mind and slow down. I recently read that like 5 minutes of meditation is equivalent to an hour of sleep in regards to energy restoration. We live such crazy, busy lives that it's easy for us to get lost in the chaos. This just gives you a moment, even 5 minutes. We all have 5 minutes, zero excuses. Just make it a habit to just sit in silence. Also, when you're sitting in silence and closing out the world and just shutting down the distractions, that's when you get to learn the most about yourself. And that's also when really great ideas and inspirations, I like to call them downloads, will kind of just come to you while you're sitting with yourself in quiet. If you don't have time, if you think you don't have time, we all do. But if you don't have time to meditate at the moment, here's a quick tip for just a burst of energy and alertness. Do this first thing when you wake up or just throughout the day when you need it. This is a little bit of, it's what's called breath work. So you can inhale for 6 seconds and exhale for 2 seconds and do this for a 40-second stretch of time. So this is just going to naturally give your body a nice boost of fresh air, oxygen, your brain wake up, just a nice little help as we go through our day. So meditation and breath work, really awesome things that are going to help you. The next is daily affirmations. So you want to fill your brain with positivity all the time. I've been talking about rewiring your brain and having positive thoughts because your energy attracts more of the energy you're being. So if you're being positive, you'll attract more. If you're being negative, you'll attract more. So here are a few examples of just something that I would say to myself. I am grateful. I am abundant. I am successful. I am a great leader. I am a great wife. I am a great mom. I am intelligent. I am loving. I am capable, all the things. So you get it. You just go on with whatever feels right for you. If you aren't super familiar with affirmations, Debbie Neal also has a podcast on the same Upstarter Pods network. It's actually called Level Up with Debbie Neal. And she does this really awesome thing where she has her weekly podcast about whatever she talks about on Mondays. And then on Wednesdays, she actually drops an episode just on affirmations. They're just a couple minutes long. So it's short, easy, quick to do. Really great if you're just getting started with affirmations. And it's also really great if you are a seasoned affirmation person because it breaks it down into it breaks it down into specific categories. So like success affirmations, anxiety affirmations, that kind of thing. So you can pick and choose what you need at that moment. Next is just a couple daily habits to build into what you're already doing. And the first is make your bed. It is one simple habit, but it signifies so much more than just making your bed. Just like everything else that we do in our lives, it's just as easy to do as it is not to do. But every time you successfully complete a habit, you become a habit person. It becomes easier for you to compound habits and create positive effects in your life. It also just feels good when you walk by your room and it's just made. This is something that I'll be honest, I've, sometimes fall off, but I try really hard to make sure that I always get back on because I just feel really good about getting out of bed and making it. And then when you're done for the day, getting into a made bed. Aside from making the bed, another couple habits that you can add in is A, do a load of laundry, and or B, do a load or wash your dishes. So obviously that's dependent on if you have access to a washing machine in your house, your apartment, whatnot, and then how you do your dishes, whether you wash them by hand or if you do the dishwasher. That in itself is something that I am so grateful for. Like right now, I'm taking a moment of gratitude for that because I remember all the apartments that I ever had where I had to go to the laundromat and walk in the cold to get there, or wash dishes by hand. There is nothing that I despise more than washing dishes by hand. So I'm super grateful that I have those things. But when you go ahead and just do those simple things, those 2 simple habits, it just makes your life so much easier, so much organized. Again, when you start compounding little habits, you just become a habit person, and life is just way more organized and less chaotic that way. You're in a little bit more of control of how your day looks. I don't know about you guys, but when my house is in just like disarray, my brain is in sheer chaotic energy. Like if my house is clean, my brain is good. If my house is not good, my brain's not good. So these are simple ways that you can stay on top of it. And it's easier to stay on top of when you consistently do it than when you let it build up and it takes longer to do. So always making sure that the energy just flows better. Next is going to be reading. I say if you are not a reader, the best way to start doing that is by reading 10 minutes at a time or 1 chapter, whichever is, quicker. But this is minimum. Like if you can do that more, if you can do more of that, that's huge. That's better for you. It's brain food, just like a plant. I've said it before, leaders are readers and we grow through reading. We become better people through reading. We learn and get to just be introduced to so many different ways of thinking and new knowledge to take in by reading. Next, I always listen to a motivational thing, whether on YouTube or a podcast. So you guys are here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Good for you for tuning in. Good for you for making a habit. Like, honestly, it's such a game changer. Life can get you down, but these are just little things that are awesome pick-me-ups. And it's what someone who is successful is going to do to keep them going, regardless of how things currently are in their life. It just gets you back on track way quicker and way easier. And then lastly, what you guys have been doing along with me is move your body. You should have a goal of moving at least 30 minutes a day, even if you have to break it up. I'm a fan of chunking your time. Even if you're just walking or jogging or riding, a bike, whatever it is, move your body, yoga, dance, anything, get that oxygen flowing through your body, get your muscles moving, all of the things. Shameless self-plug. If you're not doing this challenge with us, the DM Fit app is a great way to get guided exercise workouts if you need that. So that's a great addition as well. Here's just like a daily tip that whatever your goals are, make it a commitment daily to get yourself one step closer to it than you were yesterday. If that is the very least that you do, if you just give one step closer, then you're one step closer instead of one step further away. And I guess this might be the highlight of today's theme, but that compounding, just get one step closer and those little steps will keep adding up. So before you go to bed at night, do that gratitude again. So in the morning, you do it when you get up, and do it at bed before you go to sleep at night. Say what you are thankful for. This just gets you back on track at the end of the day to focus on the positives of your day versus the negatives. We always have stuff on our plate, and it's so easy to just get distracted by that. But these are simple ways that you can keep your eye on the prize. And I like to do this. One thing that I always try and say, aside from what I'm thankful for at night, is I reflect back on the day and ask myself, what is one good thing that I did today, whether for the world in general or for one specific person? And then let everything else go. Stop thinking about the day. You're done. It's over with. Give yourself grace for any self-imposed shortcomings, like things that you think you didn't get done. Do not think about them. Just let it go. Today is done. Tomorrow you will start fresh. Tell your brain, like I literally say, and now my day is done. Relax your brain, turn it off, and now get some rest. If you add in and implement these things into your day every single day, you will see how much easier it is for you to get back on track when things aren't going your way. And it also is just going to make you more of a successful person, because when you feel good, you do good. So these are just great little tips. And on that note, I am going to give you your challenge of the week. And you guys probably guessed what it was, but I want you to do daily gratitude every morning and every night when you wake up and before you go to bed for the next week, and see how much happier you are and how much more thankful you are for the things that you already have. I highly recommend keeping a journal by your bed. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can just think about it. But when you write it down, it'll just sit with you a little better. So guys, implement these tips into your day. I definitely, would love to see what it is that you're grateful for. Tag me in all of it. Keep track. I want you to feel even better this week than you did last week. And I hope you all have an incredible day. We're almost at the end, guys. It's so hard to believe we're almost there. Keep at it. Don't slow down now. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.